Hello, and welcome to SysPrompt, a new and better way to create your next AI prompt. SysPrompt basically works as a shared workspace for prompting together with other people or by yourself. It basically works as a shared workspace where you can divide your projects by folders, you can invite collaborators, and build your next prompt together. So let's create our first prompt using SysPrompt. Creating your first prompt using SysPrompt is super easy. All you need to do is take your ideas and drop them on the box here, and then SysPrompt will do all the heavy lifting. Let's say I want to create a learning plan for a certain subject. It doesn't need to be a specific subject, but I want to create a prompt that I can reutilize with different subjects that I want to learn. I can just tell SysPrompt exactly that. So I'm going to say create a learning plan for subject. You can use variables inside SysPrompt, and you can add as many as you want, and you can edit how it works within the prompt that SysPrompt is going to create. So let me fix this typo here, and we're going to click on Create Prompt. As we can see here, SysPrompt has correctly identified the subject variable, and we can also create different variables here. We can turn learning objectives into a variable if we really want to. All we need to do is just use our double brackets to create anything into a variable. So now that our prompt is ready, there's a lot of things that we can do within SysPrompt. As we saw, we can manually change anything that we want from our prompt. We can add variables, take out variables, we can modify it however we want to. But the real strength is what we can do with SysPrompt and its automations. We can ask SysPrompt to change anything from our prompt. So for example, I want a heavy emphasis on the timeline of learning and a schedule. We can send it back to SysPrompt, and now our prompt should have a more bigger emphasis on the timeline and on the schedule when we utilize this to create our study plan. So as you can see, our prompt has accordingly changed to what we wanted it to. We can also use the magic wand here. With the magic wand, we can do a lot of things. We can suggest alternatives, we can refine it, or we can simply use our magic wand to make it better. So let's do it. What this does is it makes it a more efficient prompt, gives a better result, and it makes the loading time and credit spent a bit, more efficient. And of course, we can test it. We can test through different versions. If we say versions of our prompt, we can utilize different versions to make them comparable in speed and in the response accuracy and in how good it works. So let's test it. We can create a subject here for a variable. So let's do race car driving. And we can run the test. So here you go. We have tested how our prompt works, and we can now utilize it in our products, or we can utilize it elsewhere. We can see how many tokens is being spent and how long it is taking to create this prompt. The real strength of SysPrompt, and one of the real strengths of SysPrompt rather, is creating different versions and testing with them, testing with different changes and making it the best prompt that you want.